Alright, when Citi relaunched the Strata Elite card at $595 a year, my first thought was, okay, this better be good. Another premium card with a hefty price tag usually comes with big promises. And I was curious if this one actually delivers. But the more I dug in, the more I realised it's not exactly what you'd expect. Sure, there are flashy credits and bonus points, but there are also quirks and restrictions hiding in the fine print that can make or break whether this card is truly worth it for you. It's kind of like when my friend signed up for a luxury gym membership, expecting to hit the workouts every day, and then barely used it. Beautiful on paper, but not quite reality. So here's the big question. Would you actually drop $595 a year on a card that looks shiny but might not deliver? Well, stick around. The Citi Strata Elite card is not what you think it is. So when Citi pulled back into the premium card ring with the new Strata Elite card, I immediately thought, here comes the next Amex Platinum card or Chase Sapphire Reserve card rival. But this isn't just a knockoff. There's more nuance beneath the surface that most people miss. So let's rip the band-aid off. This card has a $595 annual fee. That's no joke. Anytime you're paying nearly $600 just to hold a piece of plastic, okay, metal in this case, the natural question is, are you actually getting $595 worth of value back? Now, to put it in perspective, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card is now $795 a year, and the Amex Platinum card is $695, although it's looking to be updated later this year, so it's likely going to be even more expensive than the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So technically, Citi is undercutting the competition by a couple of $100. But here's the trap. If you're not actually using the credits and perks correctly, you might as well be throwing that money away. And trust me, banks love it when that happens. Alright, now let's talk about what this card actually does for you. And trust me, it's more than just numbers on a page. First up, lounge access. You get 4 Admiral Club passes per year, which are worth $79 per pass, so $316 in value. Plus you get a Priority Pass Select membership, which in itself is valued at $469 a year. Imagine this, it's Friday evening, your flight's delayed. The gate area is packed and everyone's fighting for a tiny spot on the floor. But you stroll into a quiet lounge, grab a drink, maybe even a snack that doesn't taste like cardboard, and actually relax. 4 passes might not sound like much at first, but strategically using them for your family or splitting them across trips can turn a stressful airport experience into something almost luxurious. Next, there's the $300 annual hotel credit. This applies to stays of 2 nights or more booked through Citi Travel. Now, this is where some real planning comes into play. You could use it for a weekend getaway, that mini vacation you've been putting off, and essentially knock $300 off the cost. It's like Citi is quietly whispering, hey, we've got your weekend covered. But the key is that it's only via the Citi Travel portal, so you can't just use it anywhere, which means a little strategy goes a long way. Then there's a $200 splurge credit, which can be used across a mix of brands like Best Buy, Live Nation, American Airlines, First Dibs, or Future Personal Training. Think about it. Maybe you've been eyeing that high-end gadget, a concert ticket you've been dying to see, or even a personal training session to kickstart your New Year's resolution. That's $200 that feels like a gift. Almost like Citi is rewarding you for treating yourself, without even thinking too hard. And here's a cool one, the $200 Blacklane chauffeur credit split into $100 each half year. Picture this, you land in a city for a business or a weekend trip. You don't have to haggle with a taxi, wait for a rideshare, or deal with unfamiliar public transport. You just slide into a sleek Blacklane ride and get whisked away. It's a small touch, but when you're traveling, it makes you feel like someone's got your back. Now, don't forget the Global Entry or TSA pre-check credit, up to $120 every 4 years. If you've ever queued for an hour just to go through security, you know how life-changing this can be. For a fraction of the hassle, you've breezed through security lines. That alone makes the card feel like it pays for itself after a few trips. Finally, let's talk about points, because this is where it can get really rewarding if you know how to play it. You earn 12 times points on hotels, car rentals, and attractions booked on Citi Travel. 6 times points on airfares booked through Citi Travel, and 6 times points on dining Friday and Saturday nights. 3 times points at other times. It's not just numbers, it's a way to supercharge your travel rewards if you time it right. A weekend getaway, a couple of flights, some dinners out. And suddenly you're stacking thousands of points that can cover a future vacation or luxury hotel stay. Altogether, these benefits aren't just perks. They're little hacks that, when used correctly, can make your travel smoother, more comfortable, and way more rewarding. But here's the catch. You need to actually plan and use them strategically. It's not a set it and forget it situation. This card is for someone willing to play the game smartly. Okay, now here's where we have to be honest. The part that makes this card not what most people think it is. See, on paper, all of these benefits sound amazing. Lounge passes, hotel credits, splurge credits, black lane rides, points stack like crazy. It almost feels too good to be true. And that's because in some ways it kind of is, at least if you're not careful. First off, most of the big earning opportunities and credits only work when you book through Citi Travel. That means if you're someone who likes to grab a flight through a third-party site or book a hotel directly, you might not see the same value. It's like getting a coupon for a store you don't actually shop at. It looks nice, but it doesn't help you much in practice. Then there's the overlap with other premium cards. If you're already carrying a Chase Sapphire Reserve card, Amex Platinum card, or even another Citi card, some of these perks might duplicate what you already have. For example, the lounge access might feel redundant if you're already covered elsewhere. It's like buying a second streaming service just to watch shows you already have on Netflix. Nice to have, but maybe not worth the extra money. Splurge credits sound amazing, right? But they're limited to certain brands. And if you're not spending at exactly the right place, you can easily leave that money on the table. Same with Black Lane. $100 each half year is cool, but if you don't travel strategically, that perk might sit unused. Basically, the card rewards the planner, the strategist, the travel hacker. If you're casual or you just swipe and forget, you're likely not going to get full value. It's a card that demands a little thought and effort, which honestly is exactly why it's not what people expect. Think of it like this. It's a Ferrari of credit cards. Sleek, powerful, and packed with perks. But if you leave it in the garage and never take it out on the road, all that potential is wasted. The card isn't bad, it just needs a driver who knows how to handle it. Alright, so now that we've gone through the perks and the catches, let's be real. Who actually gets value from the Citi Strata Elite card? If you're someone who travels frequently, especially for weekends or short trips, this card can be a game changer. Imagine this, you've got a Friday night flight booked, a hotel lined up for the weekend, and a few dinners out. You can use the hotel credit for your stay, stack points on your flight and car rentals through Citi Travel, and hit the dining bonus for Friday and Saturday nights. By the time Sunday rolls around, you've already earned points towards your next trip, and you barely even thought about it. It's also perfect for American airline flyers who want to maximize Admiral Club access without dropping a fortune on a separate membership. 4 passes might sound limited, but if you plan your trip strategically, maybe one for each family member or one per long-haul flight, it can save you hundreds and make your travel experience much smoother. And let's not forget the niche credits like Black Lane or the Splurge credit. If you're the type of person who enjoys little luxuries, a sleek airport ride, a concert ticket, a gadget you've been eyeing, these perks can feel almost like personalized gifts every year. Now, here's who I wouldn't recommend this card for. Casual travelers. Someone who only flies once or twice a year, or anyone who isn't going to actively use the Citi Travel portal. For these users, the $595 annual fee could easily outweigh the value. It's kind of like buying a high-end gym membership, but they're never actually going. Beautiful in theory, but not worth it in practice. So in short, this card is for the planner, the frequent traveler, the person willing to play the credit card game strategically. If you fall into that category, the Citi Strata Elite card can unlock a lot of value. If not, it might just sit in your wallet looking pretty, but not doing much. Now, let's talk about how the Strata Elite card stacks up against the heavy hitters, the Amex Platinum card and the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. The Amex Platinum card is the obvious comparison. It has unmatched lounge access, crazy lifestyle perks, and a network that spans the globe. But it comes at a cost. $695 a year. And if you're not using all of those perks, you might feel like you're paying for a luxury you don't fully enjoy. Think of it like owning a luxury car that's amazing on paper, but you only ever drive it to the grocery store. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card offers flexibility like no other. $300 in travel credits, ultimate reward points that transfer to a ton of partners, and dining bonuses that feel effortless. But again, the annual fee is higher at $795. And some travelers may not fully maximize it either. So where does the Citi Strata Elite card fit in? It's not trying to beat Amex or Chase on sheer flash and prestige. Instead, it's more of a targeted strategic tool. If you fly American Airlines often, plan weekend getaways, and use Citi Travel, this card rewards you for using the system intelligently. The lounge passes, hotel credits, and splurge perks are smaller in scale than the competition, but they're often easier to use without feeling overwhelmed. Here's an example. Say you're flying to New York for a weekend. You book your hotel through Citi Travel to use that $300 credit, hit a Friday night dinner for 6 times points, and redeem your Admiral Club pass for a smooth airport experience. By the end of the trip, you've saved money and stacked points without even trying too hard. Try doing that with Amex or Chase without carefully navigating all of their perks, and it's a lot more complicated. In short, the Citi Strata Elite card isn't flashy. It won't win awards for global lounge coverage or ultra-flexible points. But for the smart strategic traveller, it can deliver practical value and comfort that the competition might not, especially if you like simplistic and targeted rewards rather than juggling a dozen overlapping perks. So after breaking down everything, here's the real truth about the Citi Strata Elite card. It's not the card that most people think it is. It's not a plug-and-play, every-person premium competitor to the Amex Platinum card or the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. But that doesn't mean it's not valuable. Far from it. Think of it like this. The Strata Elite card is a finely tuned sports car. It's not going to do everything for everyone, but in the hands of someone who knows how to drive it, it can be exhilarating. Use the hotel credits smartly, plan your flights through Citi Travel, take advantage of the lounge passes, and leverage those splurge and chauffeur credits. Suddenly, that $595 annual fee starts to feel like a bargain. But here's the catch. This card rewards planners, not casual swipers. If you leave it in your wallet and just forget about it, you're just paying $595 for a shiny piece of metal. If you strategize, you can turn it into a tool that saves you money, enhances your travel, and even racks up serious points for your next trip. So the bottom line, the Citi Strata Elite card isn't for everyone. It's for travelers who are intentional, thoughtful, and ready to play the rewards game smartly. If that's you, it can be a hidden gem in the premium credit card world. If not, it's just another card sitting in your wallet, looking pretty, but doing very little. Alright, now I want to hear from you. Would you drop $595 a year on the Citi Strata Elite card? Or are you sticking with a card like the Amex Platinum card or the Chase Sapphire Reserve card? I'm genuinely curious how you see it, so drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you found this breakdown helpful, do me a favor, hit the like button. Subscribe for more no-nonsense credit card reviews. And check the description for links if you want to learn more about the Strata Elite card. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to see how this card stacks up to the Amex Platinum card, I've got that video queued up for you right here. And remember, premium cards aren't just about the sticker price. They're about how you use them smartly. And that's exactly what we just broke down for the Strata Elite card.